You're listening to the Michael Baisden Show podcast.
Thank you all for tuning in, talking about a very important topic today on the Michael Baisden Show for the men more so than the ladies.
A little bit.
I think. The cost of dating, I'm sure Dominique is going to disagree with me, but I have to say this, that we have got to start asking ourselves whether or not some consideration, ladies, should be paid for the fact that men are almost always flipping the bill, first date, second date, third date, and sometimes permanently the man has to pay for the date. And Dominique's response to that is what?
Well, I think, that's not the priority. I mean, I get that money is important. We don't want to put pressure on you, but understand that we put money and time in too. And, I know you guys are going to say you do that anyway, but it's not true. Look, come with me shoe shopping. See how much I spend.
And not only
get my hair done, my nails done, the lashes, all that.
We pay a cost. We pay a big cost. As a matter of fact, we date you. We spend the time with you. And then sometimes you guys break our hearts. I mean, you lie to us. All that.
With
so
you
whatever.
All, women should come with a money-back guarantee. If the date go bad, give me my money back.
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, taking your calls on the cost of dating on the Michael Baisden Show. Let's get into these calls.
What's going on, Mike?
Everything is everything, man. Talk to me about the hard cost of dating, partner.
Man, it's high cost, and then you got some women out here playing the game foul. Some women will let you take them out on a date just for the free meal, and they know they don't want nothing to do with you.
We were looking at some of the statistics, Loose Cannon, and I don't know if it was Tamika or Dominique that came up with a ridiculous number.
I know it wasn't Tamika because I'm not Tamika.
But look,
it was Tanisha.
Listen.
It was Tanisha, though.
It was Tanisha who came up with this number.
She's not dating.
But listen, it was this number that they came up with, how much it costs to go out and date. How much do you think it costs to go out and date, Loose Cannon, a normal date?
Well, on average, it's just the restaurant, for the two of y'all, because you know how the rules are set up. The rules of chivalry is we got to pay for the date, we got to pay for the meal. So you're going to spend, at a minimum, probably about $40, $50,
Whoa.
So, I feel like...
Where you taking them? Where are you taking them? The Jack in the Box? Where the hell? LC, where you?
So he agreed with my number, actually.
He did.
Yeah, that's about right. But I don't think it's $60 a month. That's about $60 a pop.
That's right. Minimum.
And that's
So
not
it
counting
is
parking
expensive.
or anything else.
That's
And
about
not including
$60
parking
for
and
that
anything
person's meal, I would think. A woman's going to get a decent meal of $30, and she might have a glass of wine or a cocktail. You're not going to get out of spending just for her meal alone before
right.
you go about gas or Uber, before you get into what you cost for your haircut and all that. It's expensive, man.
It's very expensive.
It's expensive. Mike, I'm so glad you're doing this. Ladies, help us out. Well, old school brother told me go Dutch.
Right. Loose Cannon, I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. Let me just say this. We were having a conversation about Match.com. They came up with this number, $43.50.
I don't know.
Who came up with that number?
I don't know.
I know.
It says per person, per date. So what?
No.
That's about $87 a date?
That's not realistic.
Okay.
Tamika, what do you say?
I don't think those numbers are realistic.
No.
If they are, then I think I'm really lucky because my boyfriend probably would be breaking up with me. We go out every weekend, and most weekends it's $100.
That's right.
Every Friday night, Saturday night. $60, something ain't right. That's cheap.
Let me just say this. Now, keep in mind, that's her man. Now, Tamika, follow me with this. If you were just
That's right.
dating.
He's spending that much, and that's his. And they go out all the time.
Yes.
So
Now,
he ain't trying to impress her. He got her already.
yes. Now, listen to this. Now, imagine, Tamika, if that guy was just dating you. It doesn't work out with you.
Okay.
And then next week, he's got to take another woman out because it didn't work out with you. And then it didn't work out with her. Then the next week, he's... Tamika, come on now. Talk to
I
me.
understand, but you got to make a choice. We started out that way. The expectations were set high, but let me say this. I do it in return.
Wow.
I don't mind spending on my man. I pay the same thing, so let me put that out there. But when we started dating, the first couple of dates, he came in, he was doing it big. So when I stepped up, I was like, well, hey, I got it tonight, and I had it, and it's not been a problem.
Yeah,
Hold on.
keep doing it
Me,
big,
if a man
fellas.
don't
If
want
you
to be
start
doing
out.
that, he better get off the market. market.
Hey, I
Get off
take
the
you
market.
on your first date. I take them to a cemetery.
What?
Hold on, Tamika. The ladies want to get in.
Because
Go
that
ahead.
relationship's going to be dead. That's why you're taking that.
You want some money from
So
me?
you
Yes,
got
I
to
did.
act your wage. I was telling fellas, you can't come out buying all this, spending all this, and then get mad when we say, hey, well, this is what we're accustomed to.
That's right.
So start off and be honest and keep it real. Don't go over and above and beyond on the first date.
Dominique, your thoughts?
We spend money on dating too. We get our nails done, our hair
Here we
done,
go
our
again.
eyebrows
Here we
done.
go again,
We get an outfit.
Aren't you
and
going to do
that's-
that anyway?
That's what
and
George
that
keeps
is
saying.
But you're
expect-
trifling the rest
we
of the
will
week. The
take
only
it-
time you do that is when you're going out on a date.
No, but we'll take it up a notch to meet your expectations, just as you take it up a notch to meet ours.
George Wilborn, what do you want to say before we bring Tamika back?
I just think it's interesting that women, Dominique, you're not alone. A lot of women, add in the cost of what you do, your hair, your nails, the things that you just mentioned, into the cost that you put in. But my question is always, don't you do those things anyway? Don't you do that every day? Don't you put your nails and hair done? Don't you brush your teeth anyway? You don't do something special like men usually have to do. You don't have to go out of your way for an additional cost like men have to do in regards to going out.
Go ahead, Dominique.
Toothbrushing is free, George, first of all. But second of all, yes, we do. We take it up a notch. And I think that is part of the fun of dating. Of course, I'm going to look my best every day, but I may go and get my nails done in a special way, or I may, add a nice little outfit because I want to catch your eye just like you want to catch mine.
Tamika, what are you saying? She's back, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Tamika.
Well, George, valid point, but I will say from the times that we've known you to leave home, you always leave home on point. And it's
That's
those
true.
women that leave home on point
That's true.
that interest you guys that you like. But
That's true.
question for you.
Yes.
If your daughter was dating and this guy only could take her to McDonald's or Jack in the Box or whatever, what would you tell her? How would you teach her?
I would tell her that I think she's made a bad choice, and she's choosing differently from the way I raised her. But I respect the choices that she's made, and I wish her
Just
well.
like that. Just like that, Tamika. Because I would say the same thing. I have a 26-year-old daughter, soon to be 27. And I don't think she would date a man who can only take her to McDonald's because she can take herself to better places than McDonald's.
Exactly.
Now, Tamika, can I move on to another caller? You want to co-host the rest of the show now?
But you're doing a great
Doing a
job.
great job.
Well said, Tamika. Well said.
Tamika, we love you, sweetie. Thank you for calling to the Michael Bays
Love
Show.
y'all. Bye-bye.
One Nation, One
Bye.
Station. Come back with more of your calls on the Cost of Dating on the Michael Bays Show. She was good.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Bays Show live stream, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. Go to VideoPitch.com now and be a part of our growing community of writers, video producers, and filmmakers, and get paid to share your business, opinion, and talent with the world. Now back to the Michael Bays Show live stream.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Bays, we're talking about the high cost of dating. I'm doing this show for the men. I'm just going to tell you all flat out, this show is for the hardworking men out there who are trying to be gentlemen and who are trying to take these women out to a nice place. The question is, are they setting a standard that is too high?
They dating above their
I
pay
think she made a
grade.
good point. Go ahead, George.
They dating above their pay grade, but but who doesn't?
Yeah.
They reaching for something that they perhaps is beyond what their means are.
They're trying to impress. Renee, how you doing? Thanks for calling. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Washington, D.C. How are you today?
This should be real interesting in D.C. What do you say, Nate?
So my thing is, if you're dating the right man or woman, you will be able to get what I have, which is a fiance. And instead of going out on dates, you ask them to pay a bill for Valentine's Day.
Good one, Renee. So you have a fiance now.
I do.
The dating process, when he took you out, where did he take you on the first date, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, so we went to Champs and we shut it down, like 8-hour conversation.
Oh, that was a cool date. It's a cool date.
Yeah,
Champs
it
not
was
bad.
smooth. And
Yeah.
Good
and
chain.
she's actually a woman, but yes.
Well,
Okay,
that's
still.
all good. That's
Still.
all good. So the idea of going to Champs or just having a relaxing meal and watch the sports or whatever, that's really a great first date, actually.
How much she drop on the first date?
I don't even remember because, for one, I didn't pay, but we did go to toe-to-toe with drinking and eating. I'm a Dallas fan. She's a Redskins fan.
I have an
Redskins
expensive
lost,
date.
so I consoled her.
We should hang up on her right now being a Dallas fan.
But this is the perfect example. Their first date was something kind of
I
casual.
thought
There
that was
wasn't
great.
high expectations. Save the
Absolutely.
fancy stuff for anniversaries
That's
and
right.
for when you guys are furthering your relationship.
That's a good point.
Well, Dominique,
I
Dominique,
totally
hold on
agree.
for a second, Renee. Dominique, I think the point she's making is good. The same thing the young lady said earlier. Don't set a standard from the first date. I thought that was a great. Go ahead,
But will
D.
women look at you differently? Then be like, oh, man, I can't believe you took me to Champs instead of taking me to Joe.
Then you don't want that woman. How about that? If a
I
woman
was
can't.
totally fine with it.
Good for you, Dominique. What do you say?
Yeah, know the person, know what they like, and not only that, 8 hours of Champs is going to cost you too. By the time you get done with all
goddamn
those
right.
drinks and all those appetizers,
8 hours anywhere. I'm sorry.
it's going to cost you.
8 hours at White Castle's gonna cost you.
Hey, Renee. Renee, thank you so much for calling from D.C. Mad love to
Thank
you and your
you,
partner, man.
guys.
Thank you for calling. The high cost of dating. Let me tell you, you stay at White Castle for 8 hours, dude. You in for about $100.
If you have.
If we spend 8 hours anywhere, you believe me, it'll be at the bottom of a hotel or motel somewhere. That's for damn sure.
Wow.
Ladies and
It's going to
gentlemen,
cost you too.
Nina is on with us from D.C. Nina, thanks for holding. What's going on? Talk to me.
I 100% agree with the fact that it don't matter if he spends $10. Listen to me. If you have great chemistry, if you can connect on a chemistry level, I promise you will succeed, because I've been married going on 8 years now. Okay, and I'm not saying that he came out with $10. No, he couldn't do that.
Right.
But
But wait a minute, Nina. Let me challenge you for a second. You're a married woman. You're not out
Yes.
there dating. So it really surprised me that you called in on the show about dating when we're talking about the high cost of dating and you're married. Talk to me about that.
because for one, I have several friends who are all
Gotcha.
they're all single, okay,
Mhm.
and I'm the only married one now for 8 years, and they're still looking and searching and reaching and telling a guy has to spend X amount of dollars, this and that.
Got you.
And
But don't y'all know that right off the bat? So why go out on the expensive date like one of the callers said? Why go out and have the meal and extravagant when you all don't you know?
absolutely, yes, absolutely, I believe that too. So if you trying to take someone bougie out and hoping that they'll change and end up liking you, if you're just a ordinary hardworking man who's looking for somebody to connect with on
Nina.
the same mentality, then that's what it comes down to.
We'll be talking about dating etiquette in a minute, but we got my girl Nina on the line from D.C. who's married. I wonder why she called in for dating. When she said what? She said she had girlfriends, right,
Yeah,
Tanisha?
she had girlfriends who are over there concerned about the price tag, how much he's spending.
So you knew why I wanted her back, right? Why do you think I wanted her back, Tanisha?
Are you talking about in regards to the whole bougie, the goldfish digging and
She's
type
saying
situation?
that the girlfriends may be single because of the way they're dating. They want the guys to come out of the pocket instead of worrying about the substance of the man. Am I right or wrong, Nina?
Absolutely,
Break it down.
100%.
Break it down for
That's
me.
right.
Talk to me.
You see, they believe that, hey, he's got to spend all of this money on me, but, and then they don't even care what kind of substance, they have, as long as they can, spend a check. But see, that's when you're still searching, over and over again, instead of somebody that you can connect with. And I was once like that too. That's why I'm saying this, until I met my husband.
Dominique, talk to her about this. She's making a really good point.
Yeah, she is. I mean, I don't think you always know immediately. Sometimes you can become more interested in someone, but I do think that we have different standards for different men, and it depends on our chemistry, right? We're going to ask more of someone that we're not sure about, someone that we're really into.
Compensating.
We're going to give them a lot more latitude, don't you think?
Yes. And here's another valid point. It depends on what the two are really looking for at the moment. Also,
Where
when
you
we're
at
talking
that
about
time?
for dating.
Yep. Where you at
Yeah.
that time?
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations to you and your husband of how many years? What's his
8
name?
years.
Shout him out.
It'll be 8 years. 8 years in March. Yes. Thank you.
What's his name?
What's
say
his
something.
name?
Say something sweet to him. Come on.
His name is DeCarlos, D.C. He's out there making that money right now.
Hey.
Dominique and Tanisha finally agree that money should not be the main factor. We got the ladies calling in. The gentlemen are calling in Alexis or Alexis. Did I get her name right?
Alexis.
No.
Oh, goodness.
Never do. Don't worry about it.
I never do. Alexis, what's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, guys. So here's the thing. For me, I would be lying if I said it didn't matter how much. But what I think matters more than that is if it's a first date or not. If it's a first date, I want him to go all out on how nice he looks, that he's a gentleman. You know, if he's genuine and what he spends with me is time, that matters more than the money. And not only that, but if what he spends is about him getting into my pants, then it costs way too much anyways, and I'd rather pay for myself.
That's fair.
Well, let me. Can we be honest about one thing, and then we can get a little deep into the conversation. If a man is interested in you, the food itself may not be a way to get to your pants, but everything is about intimacy, I think, for me. And we do want that. You don't have a problem with us having attraction to you, right? You just don't want the dinner to be.
There's nothing wrong with the attraction, but it doesn't have to be about sex. And, yeah, I can go Dutch, too. So we're okay with all of that.
You know what? Here's the deal.
We're going to go Dutch.
If you think about it, men, stop putting the pressure stop putting the pressure on yourself to spend so much, because that actually puts pressure on the women.
That's true.
Because when he spends that much, we didn't ask for you necessarily to do it.
Now,
And
that's true.
You know?
That's
Good point.
another reason.
And the worst ones are the ones that spend $5 and want to get in your pants. Really, you bought me a drink, now what? Are you kidding me?
Dominique, why are you laughing? Dominique, really? Come on now.
Because some men, that has to do with how tacky they are. You know, they could spend, there's men that could spend hundreds on you and just be like trying to get to know you and be real gentlemen. And there are guys, exactly what she said, what Alexa said, $5, and it's like, hey, I bought you a drink.
So beware the broke brother who spent a lot of money on you, because you know he's got expectations.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's $75 a lot of money to him. He's like, whoa.
You know what? Some of the wealthy men are the cheapest ones of all. I don't think it's about broke brothers. I think it's about the mentality.
And sometimes they catfish you. They cash that tax check, and then they take you out real big in the beginning, and then later they ain't got no money. You know.
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Coming back with more of your calls. Alexa, we got to keep it rolling, ladies. Thank you so much for calling in, talking about the cost of dating, the high cost of dating on the Michael Basin Show.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Basin Show live stream, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. Go to VideoPitch.com now and be a part of our growing community of writers, video producers, and filmmakers, and get paid to share your business, opinion, and talent with the world. Now back to the Michael Basin Show live stream.
I'm going to get this name right, George. I promise you. Welcome back to the show. High cost of dating. It costs a lot of money to get out here and date women. If you're a single man, even if you're a guy in a relationship, it costs, but it's not the same. Because if you're in a relationship, you think the woman will be a little bit more sympathetic because now you're together.
You ain't got it. You're
right.
in a relationship.
Nikki, what's up?
Yeah, we get our hair and our nails done usually, but we still want to look good for you guys on the first date, especially if it's a first date. So we do need to go get our hair and our nails done.
Of course.
And that's now in 2018, that's not an issue because most women is paying for everything. I'm not one of those women.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait. Nikki, did you say that most women are paying for everything?
A lot of them.
That's
most
true.
Women in 2018 is paying for everything. A lot of guys are sitting around buses and playing video games. I didn't know men still play video games in 2018.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Nikki, because you're coming in a little distorted. Dominique, can you interpret what Nikki just said, please?
No, I mean, I have plenty of girlfriends that say that men just want a sugar mama now, that there are a lot of men out there that want you to do everything for them. I haven't, had them coming at me, but a lot of my girlfriends, yes, that's what they're looking for.
Hey, Dominique, me neither, but that's crazy because a lot of women accept that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an old-fashioned girl. My mom raised me old-fashioned. I cook, I clean, but I still want my man to do the things that he's supposed to do also. I think that just because you got money don't mean nothing because you're supposed to show a woman a good time because when we want to show you guys a good time, it's no limit to the price we'll pay for our man. There's no limit.
That's true.
So if you want to impress me, you want to show me that you is courting me.
Nina, I gotta put you on hold because you're starting to sound like
get you a man that's gonna buy you a new phone. That's what we need.
Nina, we love you, sweetie. We gotta keep it moving. You sound like that Charlie Brown character. We love you. Thank you so much for calling.
Baby.
On the phone line with us right now, Monica's on the line. She says she's willing to go Dutch. Talk to me, Moni.
My husband, 18 years ago, met me when I was going through the stage of I'm every woman and I could do myself. Mm-hmm. And he went Dutch with me for the first 6 months of our relationship.
Wow.
He said he wasn't going to give me time and money.
Like that.
So I showed him that I could do both. And 18 years later, I haven't paid for a thing.
I was gonna say as a joke, I'm gonna go Dutch with you for the first year, and I was gonna say it as a joke, but here it is, a living proof that maybe this is a good idea.
Well, he did tell me for the first year. When it just ended up 6 months when he changed his mind because he decided that I was worth both.
I love it. I love his honesty.
And it's unconventional. That whole thing, do it that way. Have the conversation, because here's the deal. You're investing your money and your time on something you don't know is going to last.
That's right.
Period.
You know what? But that conversation, though,
What?
I don't want to have that conversation. That's not romantic. That's not sexy. If you want to have the conversation a little further down the line, but not on the first, second, or third date, I do not want to hear it. That's a turnoff.
I think
it's tacky.
I think it's up to the woman to come in after the first date and say, hey, let me pay for the second date.
What do you say, Monica?
Well, he caught me at a stage in my life when I was every woman, so I could do it myself. So he got over that time. I had 2 children at the time. He paid for college education.
Wow.
He paying for it all now.
Yeah.
Monica, thank you. We got to move on, sweetie. Thank you for that honesty. Ladies, you might want to think about that. Go ahead, Monica.
Shout out to Sam Wilson.
Go ahead, Sammy. Spending money on college
right.
tuition, baby. Thank you for calling in, Monica. Continue your calls on the cost of dating on the Michael Baisden Show. Francisco, what's up, man? How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Francisco calling from Orlando, Florida. I mean, listen, if you broke, you know what you should be doing. Work within your own limits.
How about that? You know, we talked about the bait and switch, how men will ask women out of town and then flip the script on them and then expect them to pay for it. Do you agree that if a man invites a woman out, if a man invites a woman out of town, if a man invites a woman anywhere, then the cost is on him if he did the inviting?
Actually, honestly, that is correct. Now, if y'all agree to go Dutch, then that's a different story.
And also, Tanisha had a point. She said, act your wage and be consistent. What did you mean by that, Tanisha?
Meaning that if you're going to start off spending a certain amount in the beginning, make sure that's something you can consistently spend. Don't go overboard. Just keep it simple and what you can afford.
If you're the type of person when y'all go out and you spending $80, $90 per date in a sense, and then, the next month or two, you wind up getting it to where you only spending $40. Of course, she's going to wind up acting crazy or looking at you funny because she's used to you spending this amount of money and then you not.
Let me ask you a question, man. You heard the show. What did I say or what did somebody in the studio say that make you want to call in the show about cost of dating?
Valentine's Day is overrated. It shouldn't take one day to be the make-all, be-all to whether you're going to get married, whether you're going to have a fiance, whether you're going to have a girlfriend. That shouldn't matter. That should be any other day.
Yeah, but
Period.
the pressure, though, man, the cost of it, though, man, the cost. How much money do you spend on dates?
Me, I normally spend about 40 or 60.
Got a good date.
And where do you take them? No, I'm not trying to be funny.
He's just asking. He's just
Stop
asking.
looking at me like that. I'm just asking.
Go ahead.
I'm a foodie person, so I know places where you can actually go and get appetizers and everything else like that with drinks and still be within a certain amount of budget.
Gotcha. I
Okay.
understand.
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, we got the key. Take a woman to get appetizers. You ain't slick. You ain't slick,
Hey,
Francisco.
wait. Hey, that third wing mine.
That's some game right there. It's some
No.
good game, though. Francisco, thank you for calling into the Michael Baisden Show. Go ahead, George. What were you saying?
No,
off
I
the
don't
air?
think it is. I mean, like he said, he's a foodie, so he likes to eat himself. So he can find places that are good food at reasonable prices. A lot of people, and myself sometimes I like to do it because I like food as well. You can find that, man. You just have to search and do your research.
That's right. You got to be more creative if you have a lower budget. That's what I was trying to say. Take me to the free jazz at the museum. Take me to that cool little Ethiopian spot that's not that expensive, but it's got a great atmosphere.
creative
That's
is what
what
they're
works.
saying. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
I'm
T.
about to throw you for a loop. I don't want a man who's throwing his money at me in the beginning like that. And you know why? Because if he's throwing it at me, he's probably throwing it at other women. Show me who you are.
Wow.
Let me get to know who you are, because money comes and goes.
What do you say, D, man? Thank you for calling into the show. Talk to me, partner.
Hey, first, we got to stop putting labels to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, once we put labels to everything, then there's this certain standard that comes involved.
Expectation, yes.
Now, expectation. Now we're putting too much expectation on things. I'm kind of organic at this stage of my life, 43. So I felt y'all today. I was like, you know what? All this materialistic things and what a man should be doing on a date.
Right.
I mean, first of all, if y'all just talk, that's going to all work out.
Yeah, but D, but where do you take them? And I'm with all of that, though, but we're talking about a date. We're talking about meeting a young lady and saying, let's get together and go out. So what is your game plan?
I would like to find out what she likes so that I can.
Listen, I know you don't like labels, but I just want to put one more label out here.
What?
Hi.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Bays and Show live stream, sponsored by videopitch.com. Go to videopitch.com now and be a part of our growing community of writers, video producers, and filmmakers, and get paid to share your business, opinion, and talent with the world. Now back to the Michael Bays and Show live stream.
I don't know what to say. Once again, I want to apologize to my listeners out there, to the women out there listening to the Michael Bays and Show. Young man, D does not represent the Michael Bays and Show or the men.
Go to the park and
who
smoke.
listen to the Michael Bays and Show. I didn't get it. Zach, maybe Zach can help us out. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Zach on the line. Zach, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? It's Zach from Macon. My take on this is I think it has a lot to do with how you approach the woman. Like when I met my wife before we got married, I approached her like I told her I would like to take her out, but I told her I was not a man that would put that type of money out there that just like blowing money and trying to impress her. I said I found out what she liked, and it come to find out she liked the simple things. She didn't like going out spending a lot of money.
Hey Zach, I got a question to ask you, man. Why did you feel it was necessary to forewarn her that you were not a guy who spent a lot of money? Why was that conversation necessary? Is there an assumption on your part and on the part of men in general that women have a certain expectation and you need to get that out the way so you don't waste your time? Is that why you told her?
Well, not exactly. Well, from experience, yeah. From experience, I had a lot of women that felt like if you drove a certain car, you spent a lot of money. And I went through that a couple of times. But come to find out, I had a woman that was very content. She didn't like spending a lot of money. Even now, she doesn't like me spending a lot of money on things. For Valentine's, she would get mad if I brought her flowers. So, because she felt like they'll die.
Maybe I'm just built different. For me, if we go on a date and you spend money the first time, I'm going to say, hey, the next date, let me surprise you. Why does it always have to be about the man doing for us? Why can't we go back and forth? I surprise you, take you somewhere, make you feel special just like you're making me feel special.
I think there's a certain thing, and Dominique, you can respond to this. I think sometimes, and ladies, I got to be honest. I love you, so I'm going to be honest with you. I think that women are traditional at their convenience. So when it's convenient for them to play a traditional role, they're fine. But when it doesn't suit their whatever their objective is, then they aren't. I think that women are doing well financially. Sometimes men are not balling. Some men
Women
need
can
help.
pick and choose when they decide to do that and not.
Yep, we can.
We don't know exactly what woman. I've said this before that the man wants that day. One day I'm Helen Reddy. I let them hear me roar. I'm burning my bra. Don't touch my door. I got this. I'm independent. The next day, why you didn't open my door? Why you not listening to me? I want the chivalry.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey Zach, man, thank you for calling and putting that out there, man. You're starting a lot of dialogue in the studio, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, reach out to me, Michael Baisden Show, Michael Baisden Live on Facebook. And since, of course, everybody's saying the sexy folks on Instagram, hit me up on Michael Baisden Live on Instagram or Baisden Live on Instagram and Baisden Live on Twitter. Dominique and I were talking off the air. We got my girl Sandra on hold. Sandra, let me let Dominique make a point. You can respond to it or just say whatever you called in for. Go ahead, Deke.
Well, you guys are saying that they have to warn them ahead of time that they won't spend this much money or they're going to go Dutch. And I don't think so. I think it has a lot to do with how much you like that person and what you're thinking about that person. If she said, I don't need you to spend any money, she probably liked you. I mean, I don't know, Sandra. What do you say?
Well, for me, it's a maturity when it comes to relationships because there's no set rules of how it's supposed to go. It's how you feel like doing it. For me, my husband, it's not a one-day thing. He buys me flowers whenever he just feels like it. And, when I get them, I'm happy. If I don't get them, I still know he loves me. But it's not just for Valentine's Day. It's year-round, showing love.
Well,
and that way you don't have to put out that big amount on Valentine's Day.
Well, I have to disagree with you about something, Sandra. I disagree. There are set rules. And this is the problem, is that the set rule is that the man pays. Again, you're a married woman, and I'm happy for you. We're talking about the guys who are dating. The rule is the man pays for the first date, the second date, the third date, and it's not until the relationship is established that a man even expects a woman to go into her purse.
Until the woman offers.
That's
to
right.
do otherwise.
Since when do y'all care about rules?
I'm just telling you.
And if a woman asks you on a date, you expect her to pay, right, George and Michael?
No.
What?
If a woman asks you out, wouldn't you expect her to pay?
I like to do it before a date. Let's get it out the way. Let's get with it before the date. That way, it's all the pressure is off. Let's do it right here. When we meet, let's do it, man.
But Michael, I do agree that
my
you
God.
need to set the boundaries before the dating starts. Because if I can't afford your champagne taste and I'm only a beer kind of guy, then that maybe needs to be put out there early.
I respect guys who come out the gate saying, look, I'm not balling. I cannot take you out to Ruth Chris and all these high-end restaurants every time we go out, and be straight up about it. And you know why men do it? Because men believe women have that expectation. Real quick, Tanisha.
Well, if she likes you, she's going to like you for who you are, not who you pretend to be. I don't want somebody to love me for who I pretend to be spending money.
That's
Let
why
me be
I want
honest.
you to know right off the bat. Let's do it.
George, okay, we got to go. We got to go, Sandra. Sandra, thank you for calling. We got to keep it moving. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to say this again. Once again, George Wilborn's comment, yes, it's coming, George, does not represent the Michael Baisden Show, the board operators, the affiliates, the program directors, the janitors who clean this radio station.
I'm on my own.
Yo, man.
The stress relief.
George. Hey, man, George, say what's up to Jay, man.
What's up, Jay?
What's going on, George? What's going on, everybody?
It's all good, man. What do you say?
So check this. First of all, I'm a chef. So women that know me are from my reputation. They would rather for me to cook for them than to go to a restaurant.
Sure, gotcha.
But here's the flip side of that. Let's get more creative, man. Like here in Oklahoma,
be quiet.
If I'm taking somebody on a first date, we have peach and nectarine orchards. It don't cost anything. You drive there. You walk through the orchards. You can pick peaches and nectarines. As you're going through, you're allowed to eat some if you want to, and you don't have to pay for them. You only pay for what you put in the basket to come to the front. Y'all can walk and talk as long as y'all want to there.
It's a good day.
It doesn't cost you anything.
You're crushing us over here. Tanisha and Dominique is just going out of. Would y'all sit down? Let
That's
Jay
what
finish.
we want. We don't
Talk
want
to
you to
Jay.
spend just your money, Jay. We want you to think about things, put effort
see
into
her face,
things.
y'all.
I'm just saying, he's
What
talking
else
about
you got,
walking
Jay?
through the park.
What else you got? What else?
Well, see, I own a food truck, but no one that I try to date will ever know how much money I have because I present myself for who I am. I'm an honest man. I'm a God-fearing man, and so I let my reputation speak for itself. I am that dude that opened the doors when I'm on a date, and I'm consistent with that. I'm the guy that sends, little chocolates if you like a specific chocolate. If you want Linzer chocolate, it'll show up at your office.
What's your Facebook page? The men are going crazy on my Facebook page, and also they tweet me right now. They was like, "What's Jay's number? Where can they find you on social media, man?"
Jay already got somebody he's interested in.
Oh, that's a good man right there.
I love it.
That's a good man right
We're
there.
not. Peep this. We're not even serious yet. We haven't put labels to it yet. But I refuse to pursue more than one woman at a time.
Hey, Jay, thank you so much for calling, man. We got to keep it moving. Great call, man. Too bad you're not single because the women are blowing me.
Too bad I ain't single.
That's the Michael Baisden.
And he got a food truck.
Shut up, George.
Thanks, family, for listening to the Michael Baisden Show podcast, sponsored by VideoPitch.com. Go to VideoPitch.com now and be a part of our growing community of writers, video producers, and filmmakers, and get paid to share your business, opinion, and talent with the world. That's VideoPitch.com. Write it down, family. Write it down. VideoPitch.com.